First off, fuck what you talking about. And that goes for anybody. And if somebody asks how you end racism one more motherfucking time, I'm gonna kill myself. Not literally. You know how you end racism? It really ain't that hard. Make it against the law. That's how you end racism. Make that shit a crime. Because racism is a mindset. Yeah, is there such thing as a systematic racism? Yes. But how do you get systematic racism? From thoughts and fucking ideas. Second, every police shooting isn't the same. It's just not. Sorry. And the mayor of Chicago or wherever the fuck she is, somebody need to sequester this broad and lock her up behind. Why? My question would be, why? What was the point of releasing that video with the police officer shooting the 13-year-old kid that had a gun and he was chasing him down the alley? You release that video and all it does is muddy the fucking waters for what happened to Dante. Because there's two separate, and all they're going to say is, well, in a split second, the officers had to make a decision, had to make a decision, or whatever. That situation in Chicago, it was 2:30 in the motherfucking morning. You got a grown ass motherfucker out here with a 13-year-old, apparently initiating him into a gang. Because they were shooting at a car that was going past. So when the police get the fucking call, they getting the call about gunshots. So apparently, when they get to the scene, they're expecting to run into some people who are armed and dangerous, right? We got that. So apparently the 21-year-old gives a 13-year-old a gun and has him run off and the police chases him. And the 13-year-old ends up throwing the gun down, and as he turn around in this dark-ass alley at 2:30 in the morning, the police shoots him in the chest. But then the police officers immediately goes over there and try to resuscitate him, and other officers came to whatever. So, first off, that 21-year-old person, dude, whoever the fuck that was with that kid, needs to be arrested and also charged with his death, to be perfectly honest, because it's his motherfucking fault. And people can say whatever they want to say. At 13 years old, why in the fuck were you outside at 2:30 in the morning? Where were your fucking parents at? Let's have that conversation. So, no, he did not have a gun when the police officer shot him. But he had a gun when the police officer was chasing him at 2:30 in the morning in a motherfucking alley. Should a police officer been more, I guess, diligent in trying to recognize what was going on? Sure, he could have. But when adrenaline flowing and you know that these people shot at the car, you chasing them down the alley, you told him to get rid of the gun, and he did. He was trying to comply, but circumstances are, that shit can go either way. I'm not tripping about that. But to release that video on the heels of all this other bullshit that's going on, where the lady cop in Minnesota, she did that shit on purpose. And any stupid motherfucker who don't believe she did it on purpose, something's wrong with you. First off, she was a head of the police union. So therefore, she's with all the, police officers not being held accountable for their actions. They're in fucking Minnesota. You would think 26 years on the force, the last thing you would want to do is shoot anybody in the midst of it. Listen, I don't know if this is for a fact, but this is just me paying attention to shit, because this is what I do. Everybody's seen how this trial was going on about George Floyd. With everything going, You know, that police officer, he's going to jail like a motherfucker. And you see how the police officer acted when all this shit happened. So the fact that, even I said this shit when this first happened, the fact that she was yelling taser, taser, and then shot him like, oh shit, I shot him. Like I said, when I was having conversations, and I waited a while to do this video, and I'm glad I did wait because the Chicago shit happened. Your taser and your motherfucking gun are on two opposite sides of your body. And this to say, I had this conversation as soon as I heard about this shit with a friend of mine. A taser and a gun don't even weigh the same weight. Secondly, you got the gun in your hand and you yelling taser, 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 and you don't look down and realize, bitch, you ain't got a taser in your hand. Cut it out. So, you have that. And until these police officers and these fucking unions that these police officers have are broken up, this shit is going to continue to happen. There are racist people in the world, and the people who are racist in this motherfucking world are taught racism. They're not born racist. America breeds racism by the dumbass programming you see on TV, the shit that you let politicians and people that we put in office to come out and spear a bunch of shit of these old ass motherfuckers that need to hurry up and die, kick off, and people who are wealthy and pay media outlets and all this other shit to stoke racism. That's why racism exists. And that's why this shit ain't going nowhere. Make it a fucking crime. Do you understand? And we also got to have some accountability for our motherfucking actions. Dante shouldn't have been shot at all. So let's keep that. That's what's up. And that lady shot him based on some racist shit. But I know you got a warrant and nobody wants to go to jail. I get all that. But my nigga, why would you try to jump in the car and pull off? And then and what kind of fucking training are these police officers getting? You got 2 and 3 motherfuckers trying to arrest one person and y'all can't hold these motherfuckers down? Like come on, man. And I was talking to her. I was asking my daughter, because her mom was a police officer. She resigned from being a police officer here in Milwaukee. But anyway, I was just talking about the whole Rodney King thing. I was like, why? And what's up with these tasers? And if I'm correct, since the whole Rodney King thing, the police officers don't have billy clubs or batons anymore. You know, the things that they whip out and make it longer to use anymore. Because who idea was to take that shit away from the police officers? Listen, police officers need billy clubs or batons again. Because at least this would stop them from shooting motherfuckers. They beat the shit out of motherfuckers to do them. And then you still go through the courts and all that shit, but nobody ain't gonna end up dead, hopefully. There's a less chance of people dying if a bunch of police officers want to be racist and beat the shit out of them with a baton. Then we can deal with that in court, but ain't nobody dead. Motherfuckers still going home, or whatever, to get to the hospital, heal up. We can still deal with that. Police officers need batons again. Because these motherfuckers' recourse is just to shoot people. And they want to get out some aggression, and they racist or whatever the fuck they doing. They want to get this aggression out. Beating somebody with a baton or a billy club, whatever the fuck you want to call it, is wrong. That you still should be able to be prosecuted and go to jail, but it's much better than shooting a motherfucking killer. We can all agree on that, right? So let's put a petition out here about get these motherfuckers batons back. Can't get rid of the guns. The tasers really ain't, hurting anybody. Shit, these motherfuckers get tased and they just fighting through all them volts of electricity and shit, but this shit is crazy. That last year, people all over the motherfucking world that was protesting. And here we are a year later, and ain't a motherfucking thing changed, and Biden talking about some Russia shit. Fix America. You tales from the Crip looking motherfucker.